Marianne Cantwell, be a free-range human, escape the 9 to 5, create a life you love and still pay the bills. Are you tired of the stale 9 to 5 routine and dream of a life filled with passion and purpose? Be a free-range human by Marianne Cantwell offers insights into breaking free from the rigid confines of traditional employment and unleashing your true potential. In this summary, you'll discover the reality behind job security, the importance of doing what you love, and how to identify your unique superpowers. You'll also learn about 4 main types of free-range businesses, and why you don't need a complex business plan to succeed. Let's dive into the key principles that can help you escape the career cage and create a fulfilling life on your own terms.
Escaping the career cage. It's a common belief that reliable income and stability come from sticking to a conventional job, even if it's unfulfilling. However, the idea of job security has become a myth in today's world. Self-employment, despite perceived risks, can be a more sensible and fulfilling option when considering that traditional jobs no longer provide the safety and security they once did. In the pursuit of stability and consistent income, countless individuals find themselves confined to unsatisfying careers, burdened by the fear that leaving would be too risky. This mindset keeps many trapped in careers that offer little personal fulfillment. While paying the bills and maintaining financial security are valid concerns, this does not mean one has to settle for a monotonous job for the sake of stability. Many people subscribe to the outdated idea of the career cage deal, which promised a simple exchange of job security and a comfortable retirement for putting up with a less than satisfying job. However, this deal has eroded over time. Employees are now expected to work longer hours while facing increasingly insecure employment. Furthermore, today's contracts often provide minimal notice periods and diminished retirement plans in comparison to previous generations. The reality is clear: the concept of a secure job is now an illusion. It is no longer smart to rely on a traditional job for a sense of stability and safety. In fact, the traditional employee is not so different from being self-employed, with one crucial, risk-enhancing difference: they only have one client. In the event of a market crash or company decision, their sole income source can vanish without warning. Recognizing this shift in the working landscape reveals that self-employment may be less risky than previously thought. Embracing self-employment allows for more control over one's own professional destiny and income sources. By diversifying clients and pursuing work that aligns with personal values and interests, self-employed individuals can combine satisfaction and financial stability without being shackled by the confines of an unfulfilling traditional job. So, if the safety nets of conventional employment are no longer valid, why not consider taking the plunge into the world of self-employment? True freedom, fulfillment, and financial stability may be waiting just beyond the confines of the outdated career cage deal. The time to explore all the possibilities and liberate oneself from the shackles of unfulfilling careers is now. Unleashing your passion-powered career. Embracing what you love is essential for success, but discovering your passion requires self-awareness and overcoming internal resistance. An introspective exercise can help reveal your deepest desires and set you on the path toward your fulfilling free-range career. Life is fleeting, making the question, what do you genuinely desire to achieve with your limited time on Earth, of utmost significance. Yet, society often pressures us to choose between following our passions and earning a good income. However, this mindset is misguided. True success arises when you dedicate yourself to what you love. Examine prominent changemakers; they all share a fervent enthusiasm for their work. Their passion fuels their drive to surpass expectations and attain outstanding results. To join their ranks and achieve your own success, you must first determine your heart's true desires. Uncovering your passion might seem simple, but it's often challenging due to our brain's dual nature. According to psychologist Richard Wiseman, we have 2 mental characters: the quiet man, creative but subdued, and the loud man, critical and logical. As we come up with exciting ideas, our inner critic dominates, dismissing them as impractical. This vicious loop, deemed the idea death cycle, leaves many feeling trapped in unfulfilling careers, unable to pursue their true callings. To escape this cycle and uncover your passion, grab a pen and paper and answer these questions candidly, without overthinking or censoring yourself. 1. When was the last time you felt genuinely alive and engaged in the moment? 2. If granted a year off with full pay, how would you spend your time? Focus on the specifics of your answers. What exactly captivates you about your plans? For instance, if it were creating art, would it be the production process itself or the community you'd share it with that excites you? This introspective exercise marks the beginning of your journey toward a free-range career fueled by passion. But before diving into practical steps, it's essential to debunk prevalent misconceptions that may hinder your progress. Embrace your passion, let go of limiting beliefs, and set forth on the path to defining your purpose-driven career. Unleash your hidden superpowers. Discover your true strengths by reevaluating your perceived weaknesses and understanding that oftentimes, they may just be misaligned with your environment. To live a fantastic life, you need to identify your hidden superpowers and align your career with what truly complements them. From an early age, we are taught to believe that success comes from being good at everything. The average is often the goal, as we are encouraged to improve in areas where we struggle. But the fact is, focusing on our weaknesses only limits our potential. Instead, we should embrace our true strengths, our hidden superpowers, to lead a fulfilling and fantastic life. Contrary to popular wisdom, a good starting point to uncover your superpowers is by examining your so-called weaknesses. Consider the author's personal experience. She was often chastised by her boss for trying to change the status quo rather than focusing on her current tasks. However, upon switching careers to become an independent consultant, her inclination to identify problems and introduce improvements became her biggest asset. The author's so-called weakness was not a weakness at all, it was simply a strength unrecognized in the wrong environment. To identify your superpowers, take a closer look at your perceived weaknesses in a similar manner. For instance, if you struggle to focus on a single task and instead juggle multiple projects, this may seem like a drawback in a position that demands singular focus. But this trait could be an enormous advantage in situations like brainstorming sessions, where quick thinking and adaptability are invaluable. By reevaluating your weaknesses and acknowledging the innate strengths hidden within them, you unlock your true potential. Reframe your mindset to recognize that your supposed shortcomings may actually be your superpowers in the right context or environment. When you begin to focus on your strengths and tailor your career to complement them, you're well on your way to crafting an extraordinary, free-range life. As you reassess your weaknesses, you'll discover that you're far from average. Embrace your unique set of strengths and build upon them to truly stand out in a world that often aims for mediocrity. Let your superpowers flourish, and enjoy the fantastic life that awaits when you do. Beyond novel ideas. Originality doesn't require creating completely novel ideas. You can adapt existing concepts, notice connections, and develop a distinct communication style to stand out. By learning to see the world from new perspectives, you can make original contributions to any field without feeling beholden to finding an elusive never-before-seen idea. Let us transport you to a moment when our author faced a daunting competitor with a strikingly similar business concept. It even appeared their website was mirrored after her own. Disillusionment nearly drove her to abandon her pursuits altogether. But then, a revelation occurred. Why not analyze her values, principles, target customers, and what set her apart from her rival? Her business could thrive as long as it wore a different code of identity. The lesson in this story is significant. You don't need to generate a groundbreaking idea to truly be original. The common notion that the next big thing is waiting in the shadows for one creative genius to unveil is not only intimidating but also misleading. One path to originality is not about reinventing the wheel, but rather putting a personal twist on existing concepts. Suppose you came across someone's successful endeavor you wish to replicate. Chances are, like our author, you would implement your distinct flair and approach if it were handed to you. That unique touch alone can create originality. Another method of originality revolves around drawing connections from seemingly unrelated sectors. Consider the iconic iPod clickwheel interface that captivated millions. This innovation was, in fact, inspired by a 1983 Hewlett-Packard workstation. Apple's marketing expert, Phil Schiller, recognized the potential application while observing the old tech. This creative connection allowed Apple to produce a game-changing product using an existing concept. If you want to unleash your originality, start by nurturing curiosity. Read diverse literature to broaden your knowledge and get inspired by the world around you. Find connections between unrelated occurrences and let your creativity run wild. This mindset will enable originality to thrive within you. Lastly, originality can come from the way you communicate your ideas. To stand out from the crowd, develop a unique communication style that resonates with your target audience. Building a unique voice takes time and practice, but it's achievable. Launch a blog, write about your passions, and share your thoughts consistently. As you clarify your thoughts, a unique message will emerge, one that sets you apart and captures the essence of originality for all to see. Exploring free-range businesses. When entertaining the idea of starting a free-range business, consider the four main types: services, virtual products, physical products, and advertising. Services, such as web designers and therapists, allow for a quicker start, but have limited earning potential. Virtual products, ebooks, guides, online courses, have unlimited earning potential, but require market knowledge to succeed. Physical products demand passion as they are time and resource intensive, while advertising serves as a supplementary income requiring viral content. Time to wave goodbye to the conventional 9-to-5 and embark on your journey as a free-range human. But what business avenues are out there for you to explore? Starting a cafe, bookstore, or bed and breakfast might be the first ideas that pop into your mind, but that may not be your ticket to achieving the autonomy and work flexibility you desire. Think outside the box and examine these four main types of free-range businesses. 1. Services. Whether you're a web designer, therapist, or freelance writer, offering services allows you to utilize your existing skills without substantial startup costs. The caveat: since you're selling your time, your earnings are inherently limited by the number of clients you can work with each month. 2. Virtual products. Crafting ebooks, guides, or online courses affords you limitless earning potential, as digital products can be sold repeatedly after creation. The challenge here lies in acquiring the market knowledge necessary to construct a sought-after product that sells. 3. Physical products. If your passion leads you to create hand-woven dog baskets or launch a food stall, be prepared to invest a significant amount of time and resources. While creating physical products can be fulfilling, this option may not be viable for everyone, considering the operational demands involved. 4. Advertising. Generating income through placing ads on platforms such as YouTube or personal blogs can be an easy way to supplement one's primary revenue source. However, without consistently creating viral content, this method will likely not provide substantial earnings on its own. Shed the idea of cafes, shops, and B&Bs as the prime choices for your free-range ventures. These often require significant startup capital and are difficult to develop on the side. Instead, seek options with low costs and growth potential to maximize your financial success. By understanding the four primary types of free-range businesses, you can pinpoint the one that aligns with your passions, skills, and desired lifestyle. As a free-range human, you hold the power to craft a unique path toward financial independence and work-life balance. So, be daring, think outside the box, and redefine your career on your own terms. Skip lengthy planning, start doing. The belief that a perfect business plan is crucial to successfully start a company is misleading. Complex, long-term planning often leads to unnecessary inaction and indecision. Instead, focus on quickly launching targeted micro-projects that gather key insights through direct customer interaction. These experiences improve decision-making, allowing your new venture to grow organically without being bogged down by initial planning. Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hanson's 2010 book, Rework, challenges the notion that an intricate business plan is essential for launching a new company. They claim that such plans are often based on speculation rather than evidence, as most relevant information is discovered during the execution phase of projects. This means that businesses are better off diving into operations headfirst instead of investing excessive time in strategic guesswork. Lengthy business plans are typically designed to attract investors. However, the ultimate goal of a new business is to minimize costs and become self-sufficient. Therefore, if you can cut down expenses and avoid requiring outside investment, you can sidestep penning a comprehensive plan. This strategy allows you to begin your venture without delay or overextending resources. Entrepreneurs who understand this principle have gone on to establish successful businesses. For example, Groupon's founder, Andrew Mason, learned the importance of quick execution after his first venture failed due to his fixation on perfecting plans. He adopted a more action-oriented approach for Groupon, which earned him success. To embrace this mindset, focus on running small-scale prototype projects to test your ideas. Gather feedback from participants, friends, family, or strangers found through platforms like Meetup.com, to analyze the viability of your product or service. This not only saves time but also puts you in business sooner. By prioritizing action over meticulous planning, you can accelerate the journey towards achieving your entrepreneurial goals. Embrace your authentic voice. In a world filled with conformity, it's time to break free from the career cage mentality and embrace your authentic voice. You don't need to appeal to everyone to be successful. By focusing on those that resonate with your true values and message, you can build a loyal following and thrive as a free-range human. The key to standing out is to be genuine in expressing your perspective, even if it's a departure from the norm, as demonstrated by the success of Benny Lewis and his unconventional language learning approach. Let's step away from the status quo that governs the typical office environment. Rather than being a puppet on strings for mere survival, dare to be different as a free-range human. Embrace the liberty of being able to express your thoughts without risking your financial stability. Success doesn't stem from blending in with the crowd. Catering to everyone's preferences not only leads to financial struggle but also the misery of compromising one's authenticity. Instead, dare to be genuine, even if it means losing the support of some. Your honesty will spark the love and loyalty of others. The secret to captivation is speaking to your passionate audience, aligning with their values through your honest voice. Benny Lewis, founder of Fluent in 3 Months, exemplifies this principle. His unique and controversial approach to language learning stresses communication, even if it involves numerous errors, rather than focusing on perfect fluency. Despite facing criticism from traditional language experts, these very individuals unintentionally help expand his fan base. By remaining true to his values, Lewis now owns one of the most successful language learning blogs globally and earns a full-time living from it. As a free-range human, your honest approach can pave the path to a prosperous, fulfilling, and unique journey. Embrace your authentic voice, focus on your dedicated supporters, and step into the world of exceptional achievement.
As we wrap up the summary of Be a Free-Range Human, it's clear that self-employment and pursuing your passion are not as risky as we've been led to believe. The traditional notion of a secure job is now a thing of the past, and navigating the new world of work requires identifying your strengths and aligning them with opportunities that are both fulfilling and lucrative. By focusing on doing what you love, embracing your superpowers, and reconnecting with your authentic self, you can create a life you love without sacrificing financial stability in the process. So, leave the career cage behind and embark on the exciting journey of becoming a free-range human.